Dawn broke over the cove, coffee steaming in my hand, the dock's familiar creak under my boots. I expected peace, the kind that settles like mist on still water. Instead, I froze, staring at an empty slip where my boat, Saw Tide's Grace Saw, should have been. Gone. Not drifted, not misplaced, stolen, like it had fled a debt collector. That boat wasn't just wood and steel. It was the last project my late wife, Emily, and I poured our souls into before cancer swept her away. Now, someone had ripped it from me, and the betrayal burned colder than the sea. As a retired Coast Guard captain, I'd faced rogue waves and smugglers' gunfire without flinching, but this was personal. Rage simmered, not loud, but sharp, like a blade drawn in silence. I scanned the docks and spotted her, Veronica, the HOA's self-crowned queen, lounging 3 slips over in a VY sore and lime green tennis skirt, smirking over her latte like she'd orchestrated a coup. I marched up, words unnecessary. She chirped, "Oh, Nathan, I had it relocated." You VYO'd the shared dock rule. I blinked, stunned. Shared dock? That's my land, Veronica. My deed's got the survey lines. She sipped, unfazed. The HOA voted. It's community access now. Your boat was hogging space. I had it moved to Bayside Yacht Club. Pick it up, but don't bring it back. We're redesigning for kayak storage. I laughed, not from humor but disbelief, her audacity a black hole swallowing reason. She pressed on, mentioning landscaping plans, as if my property were her playground. I walked away, not from fear but to keep from hurling her tacky pelican statue into the next county. Instead, I called Deputy Sam, a friend since his bait shop days. He arrived, listened, but shrugged. CIVYL issue, Nathan. HOA disputes go to mediation or court. She didn't sink it, just moved it. I pointed at my dock. That's not HOA turf. I've got a 1990 survey pro VYing it. He nodded, sympathetic but firm. County court's your path. My hands are tied. I asked if MO VYing her car to another state would be. CIVYL. No laughs. I filed a report, but I wasn't waiting on bureaucracy. Saw Tide's Grace Saw had a GPS beacon from a vandalism scare 2 years back. I pinged her. There she was, at Bayside Yacht Club, a fortress of wealth and security. I drove over, flashed my ID, and the dockmaster waved me in. There she sat, my boat, same hull, same starboard scratch, but defaced with garish purple paint spelling Saw Lady V Saw. Veronica hadn't just stolen it, she claimed it, forging a bill of sale on rose-scented paper with sharpest scrawl. I didn't yell. I thanked the dockmaster and left, my gut screaming this wasn't just HOA nonsense. Veronica moved too fast, too bold, like someone with secrets bigger than citations. I set up a trail cam in an oak on my land, angled at her dock, motion triggered. 2 nights later, it caught gold, a stranger in a dark SUV, headlights off, meeting Veronica at midnight. She handed over a cooler. He gave her a duffel bag. 3 minutes, no pleasantries, textbook drop. I'd spent 27 years boarding cartel runners. This wasn't about potluck leftovers. I called Jake, a Homeland Security contact, and sent the footage. His laugh died when he saw it. "She's on a watch list," he said. "Keep the camera rolling. Don't spook her." My pulse raced. A stolen boat had cracked open something sinister, and Veronica had picked the wrong target, a man who'd hunted her kind for decades. Days dragged, but the camera didn't sleep. Veronica's dock became a nocturnal bazaar, duffels, crates, even a locked case swapped on Saw Tide's Grace Saw. She strutted by day, finding neighbors for untrimmed hedges, but by night, she was a cog in something dirty. I overheard her pitching Crestwave charters to suited women, calling my dock an HOA Marina for elite cruises. When asked about licensing, she purred, "Private agreements, very discreet. Smuggler's code, polished for suburbia. I dug into Crestwave Charter's nothing. No license, no tax ID, just her social media flaunting saw boat, captioned, Marina Mogul, and luxury vibes. She was selling a scam, and locals bought it, unaware the vessel was stolen by a woman I'd once caught dodging Coast Guard flares. Jake got the clips and replied, "Dig deeper." Then I spotted it at Bayside, a black speedboat, nameplate taped, parked behind Saw Tide's Grace Saw. At the clubhouse bar, the bartender shrugged. "Showed up 3 nights ago. Some woman left it for her brother. Anonymous boats are trouble. I knew it from years chasing ghost ships." The camera caught another drop. Veronica took a phone and notebook from a case, nodding like she'd passed the test. Jake called, voice tight. "That case matches gear in a crypto-laundering ring, offshore signal boosters, untraceable tech." She's a middleman, not the boss, using her HOA clout to mask it. They needed a sting, with Saw Tide's Grace Saw as bait, and me to set it. I paused. Failure meant she'd slip free, keeping my boat and her empire. But I'd seen neighbors fined for porch lights. She'd ruled by fear. I agreed. The FBI rigged a decoy, crate trackers, mics, fake sonar gear. I'd report another theft, luring her to take Saw Tide's Grace Saw. I posted about restoring her, bragged about new sonar outside her earshot, and griped about a faulty dock camera, hinting I'd be gone fishing. Friday night, the boat gleamed, irresistible. Veronica strolled by, walking, her dog lingering at my fence. The trap was set. Saturday, 5 a.m., the camera caught her cap, gloves, MOVYing like she trained for this. She boarded Saw Tide's Grace Saw, started the engine, and slipped out. FBI boats trailed, a drone overhead. I watched from home, coffee cold, heart pounding. This wasn't just theft, it was dismantling her web. She headed for an inlet, a smuggler's haunt from my Coast Guard days. An undercover agent, posing as a buyer, would swap fake cash for the crate, nailing her. But Veronica never played clean. She arrived early, WAVYing off the agent. Then, unscripted, the black speedboat roared in, name still hidden. 2 men aboard shouted, tossing a rope, demanding she tie off. Veronica froze, then bolted, but they rammed her lightly, boarding. They cracked the crate, saw the fake gear, and raged. She screamed, pointing at their boat, pleading. Chaos erupted. The FBI pounced, lights flashed, boats boxed them in. Veronica dropped to her knees, hands up, theatrical as ever. The men tried to flee but were cuffed mid-wave. It was over in minutes, clean as a netted haul. From my screen, relief hit, heavy but hollow. Saw Tide's Grace Saw was back, but scarred paint, wires, soul. The FBI came later, needing my statement. An agent whispered the sting exposed more. Veronica linked to a maritime crypto ring, hiding tech and leisure gear, using her HOA role to dodge scrutiny. She'd bribed contractors, faked permits, built a small empire behind her clipboard. That afternoon, her house swarmed with agents. Neighbors gawked. A plastic seagull on her lawn wore crime scene tape. The HOA scrambled, claiming ignorance, but whispers grew. Her fines, her rules, her reign were unraveling. I stood at my dock that night, Saw Tide's Grace Saw restored, the purple paint gone. I touched the scratched rail, breathing deep. Court loomed, maybe headlines, but the tide had turned. Veronica wasn't just a bully, she was a symptom of unchecked power, ego fed by opportunity. I worked with agents, mapping her haunts, her docks, her payoffs. We found her network: a landscaper hiding crates, a mechanic rigging hulls, a tax consultant laundering funds through HOA projects. I agreed to testify, not for revenge but to burn her web to ash. The case moved fast, her notebooks logged payments, drops, even plans for a second marina. The town split, half shocked, half smug, VY indicated in their hate. Neighbors called, hungry for details. I kept it short. She messed with the wrong guy. I pushed the HOA to clarify land rights, exposing Veronica's fake citations, some on misspelled letterhead. A couple, fined for a wrong mulch, laughed when I told them to frame it. Saw Tides Grace saw got repairs, funded by Veronica's seized accounts poetic. Her first trip post-sting felt clean, humming through the cove. I anchored midwater, sun glinting, hull creaking like Emily's laugh. Veronica's dock stood empty, her pelicans gone. News came, she took a plea jail, fines, banned from our town. Her house faded, grass wild, paint chipped. A nervous HOA crony met me, confessing he'd joined her gray area schemes scared by her charm. I forgave him, not for him but to cut the anchor of hate. I wrote about Saw Tides Grace saw, Emily, the fine art for fame but closure, sealing pain in ink. Neighbors view I cited, asking how I stayed calm. Seen worse storms, I said. She only wins if you let her. A carved plaque arrived. Captain of Tides, and signed, now hanging by Emily's photo. Spring brought a dock barbecue fish, beers, no HOA clipboard. They teased me for president, I'd rather wrestle sharks. Sitting dockside, feet over water, saw Tides Grace saw swaying, I felt peace not from courts, but from outlasting her chaos. Veronica stole more than a boat, she tested a community. We held firm, truth our anchor. The tide rolled, soft and endless, and I smiled, ready for whatever came next.
If you were the one in this story, how would you react? Would you stand up and fight back, or accept the unreasonable pressure and control from the HOA? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with more people. Your small action gives us the motivation to keep bringing you more intense and engaging stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.